Hello and good afternoon. I'm Jessica Lee and you're watching Updates at Noon. Now, a total of 421 new special education integrated programs, or PPKI, with 1,109 classes will be opened this year, benefiting about 7,591 special needs students nationwide. The expansion involves an allocation of 54 million ringgit to provide facilities for special needs students to have better access to education. Education Minister Dr. Mazli Malik said the opening of more PPKI was following the increased number of special needs students that had registered for the program. Now, he said there was an increase of 4,821 registered special needs students in national schools that offered special education in 2019.
Pertambahan ini menunjukkan peningkatan positif terhadap dasar sifar penolakan ataupun zero reject policy, yang mana kita inginkan semua pelajar dapat masuk ke sekolah, termasuk pelajar berkeperluan khas.
Speaking to the media after visiting the special needs students in SMK Kramat Wangsa, the Education Minister noted that education for special needs students would continue to be the ministry's main focus. Now, 6 schools in Johor will be implementing free breakfast program, or PSP, starting 20th of January. The selected schools were from rural areas, which consist more students from the low-income group B40. Education, Human Resources, Science and Technology Exco Aminul Huda Hassan said the 5 districts selected for the program were Batu Pahat, Kluang, Kota Tinggi, Pontian and Muar. Among the schools to benefit from the program include Sekolah Kebangsaan Renggit, Sekolah Jenis Kebangsaan Cina South Malaya, Sekolah Kebangsaan Sri Jong and Sekolah Kebangsaan Kampung Layau.
Untuk dapatkan maklumat, gambaran yang lebih tepat lah. Tengok macam mana keadaan kan dari segi kantin ataupun dia punya pengusaha, lepas tu dari segi pemakanannya macam mana, dan juga urusan-urusan yang berkaitan lah. Sebab tu dia mula 20 hari bulan, maknanya bukan sekarang. Mungkin untuk susun dari segi pelajarnya berapa ramai, sekolah yang terlibat.
Now, the government's decision to postpone the implementation of the Targeted Petrol Subsidy Program, or PSP, is due to the concern that floating petrol prices might impact the Rakyat's cost of living. The Finance Minister Lim Guan Eng said the government wanted to be sure that the implementation of the PSP would not adversely impact the cost of living, especially for the B40 group.
Tentang program ini, bila ditangguhkan, supaya kita dapat pastikan ia lebih dapat difahami dan juga memberikan manfaat kepada rakyat, khususnya golongan lebih berpeluh.
The Finance Minister Lim said consumers and even business people had shown concerns about the effects and flotation of petrol prices, as even an increase of just 1 or 2 cents a week would have an impact. Lim said the postponement would allow the government to carry out further studies to ensure that full reduction could be given to benefit those who need help. Now, in another development, Guan Eng said the move to rationalise the Sultan Abdul Halim Muazzam Shah Bridge toll rates was to balance the traffic flow in the state. Now, he also expressed hope that the reduction would encourage more motorists to use the second bridge, thus ease the congestion on the Penang Bridge.
Supaya dapat galakkan lebih banyak pengguna untuk gunakan jambatan kedua dan mengurangkan kesesakan trafik dekat jambatan pertama Pulau Pinang, dan dengan sendirinya juga mengurangkan kos dan juga perbelanjaan kepada pengguna-pengguna untuk jambatan kedua Pulau Pinang atau jambatan Sultan Abdul Halim Muazzam Shah.
Met after reviewing the first day of toll reduction at the second bridge, the minister added that the move is also expected to generate better economic growth in Batu Maung and Batu Kawan. Meanwhile, Jambatan Kedua Sdn Bhd or JKSB Deputy General Manager Husin Muhammad said the number of motorists had increased significantly since it was launched in 2014. He said the second bridge had recorded 9.7 million users in 2018, while from January to mid-November last year, 9.5 million users were recorded. Effective yesterday, it was compulsory to use the Child Restraint System or CRS in private vehicles. Now, this new requirement was to gradually improve safety regulations to keep children safe while in motor vehicles. Now, this was also in line with the United Nations safety regulations, which made it mandatory for children with height up to 135 centimeters to use the child car safety seats. However, the Malaysian Institute of Road Safety Research or MIROS found that some traders are taking advantage by selling seats that does not meet the specifications recommended by the UN. They are also believed to allegedly mislead parents who are not aware of the seats requirements approved by the relevant UN regulations. This was revealed by MIROS's Director General, Dr. Siti Zahara Ishak, to RTM in Angkasa Puri. According to her, all CRS purchase must conform to the United Nations Regulation number 44 and Regulation number 129, as these are the only types that have received approval for use in Malaysia. The CRS, which does not comply with the UN regulations, are feared to endanger the lives of children, besides thwarting the government's goal of requiring the use of the safety seat. Therefore, parents are urged to refer to the CRS selection guidebook issued by MIROS before making a purchase. Now, 5 individuals have been detained as they were believed to have acted as a middleman for the Back for Good or B4G program. Now, the suspects had allegedly claimed they could speed up the process of registering for the program. Immigration Director General Datuk Khairul Zaimi Daud said the suspects, comprising locals and foreigners, had been released after the department recorded their statements.
Sepanjang program Back for Good, kami ada menerima beberapa kegiatan ejen yang menjalankan kegiatan seperti cuba mempercepatkan proses. Tetapi seperti mana yang telah diberitahu bahawa Back for Good itu dilaksanakan sepenuhnya oleh Jabatan Imigresen. Tidak ada sebarang ejen yang dilantik.
Datuk Khairul added that about 165,041 illegal immigrants out of the 195,471 registered under the B4G program have been deported to their respective countries. On another note, Datuk Khairul said a total of 87 China nationals were detained for suspected involvement in illegal online investments and gambling activities following a raid in Puchong. Now, the raid was part of simultaneous operations against illegals nationwide following the conclusion of the Back for Good or B4G exercise program on Tuesday. Datuk Khairul Zaimi Daud said that the raid was carried out at several units of condominiums around Setia Walk.
Unit-unit kediaman ini dijadikan sebagai pusat operasi yang dilengkapi dengan laptop dan talian internet. Semua juga turut memaklumkan Jabatan Imigresen bahawa pada hari semalam mereka telah membuat pembelian SIM card yang berjumlah 800 keping dengan nilai sebanyak 24,000 daripada premis-premis perniagaan di sekitar bangunan ini.
Some of those detained did not have valid travel documents or had overstayed. The department also seized 40 computers and 200 mobile phones. The enforcement team also found computer screens displaying investment schemes on the premises, which were believed to be also used as training centers to approach clients via online applications. All the 79 men and 8 women aged 21 to 36 years old have been remanded for 14 days, and the case is currently being investigated under Section 6 of the Immigration Act 1959. And up next, Water Services Industry Act to be revised to curb illegal waste dumping. The National Water Services Commission, or SPAN, views the issue of water pollution seriously as it poses a threat to national security. In line with this, SPAN is now looking to amend the Water Services Industry Act 2006 as a measure to curb illegal waste dumping into waters. SPAN's Director of Corporate Communications Unit, Muhammad Fazil Ismail, said SPAN also feels that the time has come to amend the law amid the rising and repeated river pollution cases which occurred last year.
Sebenarnya di pihak kita dan juga di bawah ke pihak kementerian sekarang ini kita sedang menggubal ataupun melihat semula dalam Akta Industri Jambatan Air AIPA itu sendiri bahagian-bahagian yang perlu ditambah baik, ya. Dan hal ini kita jangka dapat dimuktamadkan iaitu tahun 2020 yang terdekat. Dan serentak dengan apa yang berlaku ini akan mempercepatkan lagi apa jua langkah-langkah yang sewajarnya untuk kita ambil bagi memastikan bahawa air sebagai satu sumber yang sangat penting bagi manusia diambil berat dan juga diberi perhatian utama dalam menjaga keselamatan.
It was noted that the police has opened 8 investigation papers throughout last year under the sections 121, 122 and 125. In the meantime, Water, Land and Natural Resources Minister Datuk Dr. Xavier Jayakumar gave his assurance that the ministry will strive to ensure the people get sufficient water supply this year. He said despite it being a mammoth challenge, it can be achieved.
Saya punya cabaran yang paling besar ialah tentukan bahawa kita tidak ada masalah air di dalam negara kita masa depan yang akan datang. Itu cabaran saya dan saya akan kerja kuat untuk pastikan bahawa ini akan jadi untuk tahun depan yang akan datang.
Indonesia floods leaves at least 16 dead and thousands homeless. The details right after this. Now, Thailand began the new year with a ban on single-use plastic bags at major stores, continuing a campaign launched by the government and retailers towards a complete ban in 2021 to reduce waste and debris in the sea. Now, public awareness of the risk to animals and the environment from such waste was raised last year in a series of incidents where animals, including a deer and a baby dugong, were found dead with plastics in their digestive systems. Speaking to the media after handing out reusable bags to the public, Minister of Natural Resources and Environment Varuvud Silpa Archa said Thailand was ranked 6th among the world's top countries that dumps waste into the sea. The minister added that the country has so far reduced the use of plastic bags by 2 billion, or about 5,765 tons last year, in the first phase of a campaign that encouraged consumers to voluntarily refuse plastic bags from stores. Varuvud also noted that the most challenging aspect would be the last 40% of plastic bags used at fresh markets and in rural areas. And that concludes this edition of Updates at Noon. In our top story, integrated education program to be rolled out for students with special needs. We'll be back at 7 this evening with more updates. Till then, I'm Jessica Lee and have a good afternoon ahead.